Hello everyone. Myself Dr. Shubh Arora, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce, GIMS Greater Noida. I once again welcome you all back to the lecture series of the subject Advertising and Brand Management. Currently, we are on the fourth unit of this subject, and today is the seventh lecture for it. The topics which we are going to discuss in today's lecture are we'll be talking about brand reinforcement and brand revitalization. So, first let's start with brand reinforcement. See, when we talk about brand reinforcement, this is a process or activity done by a brand focusing on maintaining the brand equity, right? So basically the efforts are made by the brand to keep the brand alive in the customers, either they are new customers or the existing old customers, right? And for doing this brand reinforcement activity, there are certain methods, there are certain ways which the brand adopts to do the brand reinforcement so that the brand remains alive and active in the minds of the customers. Now, certain questions are there which are to be answered while brand reinforcement. That is, what are the products which are being sold under the brand, and if the customer buy those products, what would be the core benefits which the customer will get from the products of that brand. Will the customer will the customer get satisfied, right? And then how your brand is different from other brands, right? And how, what are the USPs of your brands? So these are certain questions which are kept in the mind. Now when we talk about brand reinforcement, it is basically divided into two parts. Brand awareness. Brand reinforcement can be done by making the customers aware about your brand and by creating an image of the brand. So basically the brand reinforcement is divided into two parts: brand awareness and brand image. When we talk about brand awareness, it says it covers the points like brand includes which product, what are the benefits of the product sold by your brand, and how the product sold by your brand will satisfy the expectations or demands of the customers. So basically making the customers aware again and again by hitting the customers in such a way so that you can make the customer aware by brand awareness activity, that this is what we provide, these are the benefits, and this is the way your needs will be satisfied. Then when we talk about the second aspect, the brand image, it covers the questions like how your brand is different from others, right? So basically creating the image or reputation of your brand in the mind of the customer as well as in the market. Then how to create the strong, unique and favorable association in. So basically second question which has to be answered here while creating the brand image is creating a connection with your customers by telling them your USPs, by telling them your strengths, by telling them how you are different from other brands or competitors. Now here I have tried to show you the meaning and try to explain in detail the brand reinforcement concept. So basically when brand reinforcement is done by brands, it includes consistency of the marketing support that the brand receives, both in terms of amount as well as the nature of that support. So unless there is a change in the marketing environment, there is a little need to deviate from a successful positioning, right? Then reinforcing brands depends on the nature of the brand association involved. For brands who are associated primarily with the product related traits or characteristics and with the functional benefits, innovation in product design, merchandising, manufacturing are especially critical to maintain and enhance the brand equity, because these traits are slight tough to tackle and balance. Then, if we talk about the brands who have connections or associations with non product related attributes and some kind of symbolic or experiential benefits are attached with the product or services, right? So here again it is critical to maintain or enhance the brand equity, so it becomes tough for the brand to maintain and do the brand reinforcement process. Then we'll talk about the according to Keller, what all is involved in brand reinforcement. When we talk about brand reinforcement, it involves maintaining brand consistency. When we talk about maintaining brand consistency, it really helps the brand to create a positive brand image and reputation in the minds of the customers, right? Wherever the customers are there, whatever the main touch points are there where the customer hits you as a brand, comes to purchase the product of your brand, right? So brand consistency leads consumers to get familiar with the brand and helps to enhance the perception in the minds of the customers that how your brand is different and unique, right? And so in this way you can also build a brand reputation in the minds of the customers. Then we talk about the second aspect involved according to Keller in brand reinforcement is protecting the sources of brand equity. Through this, the brand should always try to define the existing sources of brand equity, right? And there is a very little requirement to deviate from successful positioning until the current positioning is being affected by some internal or external factors which might be less powerful. Now let's talk about the third aspect according to Keller which is involved in brand reinforcement, that is fortifying versus leveraging. So fortifying refers to enhancing brand equity in terms of awareness, perception, and leveraging includes making money from a brand, right? So if a brand fails to fortify a brand, then it might result in brand decay, right? And there will be no leveraging at all from the brand anymore, right? So therefore there should be a proper balance between the fortifying activity and the leveraging by the brand. Then the fourth aspect is fine tuning supporting marketing program. When we talk about this aspect, this can be done for improving the product related performance associations and also for non product related associations, right? And this has to be done, this fine tuning support has to be done when the current ones are no longer creating the desired results to maintain and strengthen, that is to make the brand equity more stronger. Then here again I have tried to explain you that brand reinforcement is totally about maintaining the brand equity, that is making sure that the consumers have the entire knowledge or information about the product being sold by your brand, right? Right, so this is how you can do the brand reinforcement as a brand, right? And this brand reinforcement can be done with the existing marketing activities that you are carrying on in the market as a brand, right? And this brand, while doing brand reinforcement as a brand, you need to take care that for making sure that the brand reinforcement is being successful, you need to carry out the brand awareness part and the brand image. Then here is managing brand equity. So here, here I have taken the example of the very renowned company, that is Nivea, 100 years of skincare for life. So when we talk about brand reinforcement, marketers can try to reinforce the brand equity by conveying the brand's meaning, like what is the product represents, or the what are the core benefits, or how the customers will get satisfied if they purchase the product, or how you are different or superior from others, what are the strong points of your brand, what are the USPs of your brand, or the unique brand association. That all these things should be put and feeded up into the minds of the consumers when a brand is going towards doing the brand reinforcement activity. So here I have tried to show you how a brand can manage to do the brand equity. Here you can see the example of Dabur. So company has worked towards the logo and packaging of the products and designs towards which they can attract more and more customers. So the company, because the company Dabur realized that having so many meanings that the message that Dabur was healthcare division was not going to the public clearly. So when they thought that the division of Dabur which deals with healthcare is not going, or the public is not really aware about the healthcare division of Dabur company, then they tried to come up with a logo which grabbed the attention of customers, and the exact message is now going towards the public, right? So this is how Dabur tried to do the reinforcement, right? And what is reinforcing brand? It involves ensuring the innovation in product design, manufacturing, merchandising, and ensuring the relevant information is reached to the customer on time, right? And the brand image is created into the minds of the customers. Then this was all about reinforcement. Let's discuss about revitalization. When we talk about brand revitalization, it is the marketing strategy which is adopted when the product reaches the maturity, that is the fourth stage of the product life cycle, right? So when the product has reached to the fourth stage of the product life cycle, that is the maturity stage, so here definitely the product is now getting faded out from the market, and the sale for the same product is going down. And when the sale is going down, definitely the profits which the brand was fetching from that product, from the sale of that product, has also gone down drastically. So here in the term in the process of brand revitalization, and efforts are made by the brand to bring back the product again in the market, right, and secure the sources of equity, that is to grab and try to sustain the customers of that particular product which has reached the fourth stage, right? So the revitalization of brand requires the lost sources of brand equity to be recaptured again. Whatever you have lost in terms of brand equity, whatever sources, whatever aspects, you need to recapture them again, because here in revitalization you are trying to bring back what you have lost, or what has gone down, right? So according to customer based brand equity framework, two approaches are there. One is by expanding the depth or breadth of brand awareness by improving brand recall and recognizing the customers during the purchase or the consumptions. Then second can be by improving the strength and uniqueness, or coming up with some unique selling points or propositions which can again rebuild the brand image for you, right? So these are two approaches. Here I have tried to show you through a picture that when the product is has reached maturity and going towards decline in the product life cycle, then brand revitalization process or strategy is used by the brands, so that if the product is traveling towards decline stage, then it will definitely go out of the market. So to still the efforts are made by the brand in revitalization to make the product, the sale of the product again live, right? So making the comeback of that product which has reached the maturity and going towards the decline stage of product life cycle, because once it reaches the decline stage and crosses the decline stage, it is the product is totally going to fade out of the market. Then here I have tried to quote two definitions of brand revitalization. It says that it is a strategy employed by the brands specifically for the products who have reached the maturity stage of product life cycle and the profits have started declining. So certain approaches are used by the brands to revitalize the product, and this revitalization may include one or all of the market expansion strategies, or some kind of product improvements, repositioning, modification, etc., right? So basically brand revitalization is the strategy to recapture all the lost sources of brand equity and identifying and establishing the new sources of brand equity. This may include some kind of improvements or modifications in the existing product, or might or whatever positioning you have done for your brand, you can reposition. So that is revitalization might include brand repositioning or product modifications. So that's all from my side. We have in today's lecture discussed about the brand reinforcement, and I have given you the points of brand reinforcement. What are the first we have discussed about brand reinforcement introduction. Then we discussed about brand reinforcement aspects, which according to Keller. So we have discussed the four aspects. Then we have discussed that how brands can manage the brand equity while doing the brand reinforcement. I have given you two examples of Nivea and Dabur in this, and we have also discussed about brand revitalization, and we have seen that at what stage of product life cycle brand revitalization is done by the brands to basically recapture the market for that particular product which is fading out, or basically doing the comeback of that product. And then we have discussed the definitions of the brand reinforcement and brand revitalization. So that's all from my side regarding brand reinforcement and brand revitalization. We'll be covering the next topics in our following lecture. Till then, thank you and take care.